Hey guys, I'm here with my 2009 Mini Cooper. I was having some weird stuff going on with the temperature. Reading the computer, the temperature was saying it was high, but my analog temperature gauge was saying it wasn't high. So go try to track it down, check some other stuff, check the friction wheel, check the water pump, changed out the thermostat assembly about a couple years ago. So I'm going to double check the temperature sensor. So let's go ahead and try that out and see what we find. Okay, I went ahead and pulled out my temperature sensor out of my thermostat housing because I'm going to test this along with two other ones. But I don't think this is the reason that that's what's happening. It could be until I test it, because when I disconnected it, no, that's not it. This one, it's cracked apparently. Okay guys, this is my setup. This is 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna fill this up with water. I got a temperature thermocouple to measure the temperature of the water, and then I made little leads off this so I can measure the resistance. Right now they're all about the same, which is 5.9 kilo ohms. So that's the temperature of the resistance, and they're all about the same. I measured it earlier, and that's at room temperature, which is 69 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm gonna fill this up, slowly heat it up on this hot plate. It's sitting on a hot plate. Water will rise and the resistance should change. So going back to the connector, I went ahead and cut off the connector. You don't need to do this, but I went ahead and cut it off because I'm going to actually make these wires longer. So I got some silicone wire, and so I'm going to go ahead and extend these longer to make it easier for me in life here. This is what happened. This is my old oil pressure sensor or switch. It's only one conductor in there, and on the old one, when I went to check to see what was wrong, basically this is what happened. It broke. It came apart. So that's what happened to that. So I was able to change this one out. I did a video on that, changing this switch out. So what I want to do is go ahead and change out my switch here. Change this. Is really easy, but let me go ahead and tell you the difference between these. Like I said, they're all keyed. This one is you see there's a key up here, and the gray one is keyed over here. Then there's a black one, but I don't think they use it for generation 2. They use it for the later ones, and it's keyed way over here. So those are the different ones, and here are the model numbers. You have to make sure you get the right one. So that's the black one, that's the gray one, and that's the green one right here. So basically they're all the same. All the digits are the same except for the last two. The black is 49, the gray is 50, which is for the oil, and 51 for the green, which is they use for the coolant sensor. So change them out. It's really easy. You just need to pop the back door open here, and I'll show you on this gray one. Basically it's, you take this and it pops open, and then there's a rubber thing here. Pull that out, and then you pull the tabs out. So let me go ahead and get the tools to go ahead and swap it out with this green one, and I'll be right back. Okay, to do this, all you need is a small screwdriver. If you'll see, there's slots on either side. That's what's holding it in. So you kind of just push in. One side. Push in the other side. You see how it's hinged here? So I think what I did with the oil one, I might have ended up saving most of it except for the shell here. So because it's actually hinged here, so technically you can't pull these wires out if it's still on the car. Like I'm doing now. But I'm gonna go ahead extend the wires on this one. There's a rubber gasket in here. Let's see if I can pull it out. There he goes. Now these comes out this way. Since it's broken, I'm able to pull it out. And to get these pieces out, I had a release tool. So let me go get that. Just make note, I don't think it matters which color is which side, because it just measure resistance. But I have the white one where the key is. So let me go get the tool for taking these things out. So on Amazon you can buy really cheap whole mess of keys to remove pins and stuff. So they're all coming different widths and sizes, so that way you can shove it in there and get it out. I don't remember which one I used on the previous one. I think it was a trial and error, because what you're trying to do is push on the pin and pop it out. Maybe it was this one, because this one's all bent a little bit. Well, this piece came off. Oh, now you can see it's actually, I think it's a tab here. Man, this thing's so brittle. So it looks like it would have been a wider one like this. Man, this thing's just crumbling. Just fell apart. So, I guess you really don't need a tool. If it's so brittle, it's just going to fall apart. So, that's it right there. So, I'm going to go ahead and solder some longer wires to this and put some shrink tubing and put it all back together and then solder it onto the car side. Close the door, then reattach the wires using those pre-made shrink tubing with solder in it. So now I got my length here. I got the expandable sleeving. This is, I think I got this on Amazon. And cut off a piece, and I actually used the soldering iron to go ahead and melt the ends a little bit to make it easier. Now, to get these through here, instead of trying to feed the wires through, you know this stuff expands. It's like a snake. I'm going to tape the ends to a piece of tie wrap where I cut off the little piece off it. on the end here. Then I'm going to thread that through, and hopefully it'll just pull through easily. Otherwise you got to just snake it through slowly. Look at that. Came off. Now I know where it is. It's right here at the edge. So you snake it through. Like an inchworm until it comes out the end here, and then you can grab it. It's almost there. There it is. Right there. Okay. Push that to the end. Then you get this tape, cloth tape, automotive cloth tape. To keep the sleeve from moving on the connector side, I'm going to take that in. Then once I get this connected back onto the car, I'll go ahead and tape that side too. And we should be good to go in terms of reinstalling the connector and the temperature sensor. I'll just keep it from sliding off the wires, just like that. Okay, so I'll strip this in and bring my heat gun outside and connect it on that end. Okay guys, I'm back out at the car now, and I went ahead extending the length of my cable for my coolant. So I'm going ahead and use the new one. And it clicks on just like that. Right. Oh my god, why did that thing come off? There it goes. Clicks right on. So I'm going to do it with the connector on because it's really difficult because I have my other oil pressure gauge here. So it's going to be a pain in the butt trying to get the clip in. So I'll go ahead and struggle with that, and it's basically just drop it in. I'm trying to go push it in from the top. Once it's set, then try to get needle nose to get this clip in there. Okay, it was a pain in the butt because of this that I installed. It took me about 20 minutes to get it in there, and I couldn't do it with the original O-ring, so I had to use the same O-ring that I used on. I took out because it was just too tight and I couldn't get my fingers in there. And I did actually did disconnect it first. Then I'm gonna was able to get it in easier. I did tie a string to the clip before putting it on, so that way in case if I drop the clip I could find it, which I did once or twice. And so I know it's on there because you can look down and see the clip is on the top surface of the sensor. So by looking at the top, you'll see that this clip actually is like that, so it holds it down. So got that in, so I just need to plug this in, put everything back together, and should be able to start it up and take it for a run, and then see if everything works now with the connector fixed. Okay, everything's back together, connected my oil pressure sensors, vacuum, this connector, rehook this onto a bracket back there. You gotta hook that on before you connect this. Then my two connectors down there. And I connect it to the coolant sensor, which is right there. So I think I'm good to go. Take it out for a test run and see if everything works right. Okay, car's back together. Took it for a test drive. Still acting up a little bit, but I know this connector is working well because I replaced that, fixed that. So I think I know what's going on. So let me see if I can track that down and make another video on why the temperature is reading hot or overheating. Thanks for watching. Good luck on yours.